Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
So we
Colin.
are in Urantia book this time again, and we are in a paper 19.4.1 and called the Universal Sensors. Anybody would like to take us into this?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Kim.
There are exactly 8 billion universal sensors in existence.
Oh,
These unique beings are the judgment of deity. They are not merely reflective of the decisions of perfection. They are the judgment of the Paradise Trinity.
wow, what is that? That's like being a judgment.
A being who is judgment.
Wow. Do you have a being like that within yourself? That being that's judgment?
Well, the only accurate judgment could be whole and perfect
Yeah,
as you were created.
that's it. Or you're still my beloved child in which I am delighted. Would be the same judgment, no?
In whom I'm well pleased.
Don't know.
I said it to my son every day.
Mm.
Even the ancients of days do not sit in judgment except in association with the universal senses. One sensor is commissioned on each of the billion worlds of the central universe, being attached to the planetary administration of the resident eternal of days. Neither perfecters of wisdom nor divine counsellors are thus permanently attached to the Havona administrations, nor do we altogether understand why universal sensors are stationed in the central universe. Their present activities hardly account for their assignment in Havona, and we therefore suspect that they are there in anticipation of the needs of some future universe age in which the Havona population may partially change.
Mm.
1 billion sensors are assigned to each of the 7 super universes, both in an individual capacity and in association with perfecters of wisdom and divine counsellors. They operate throughout all divisions of the 7 super universes. Thus, the sensors act on all levels of the grand universe, from the perfect worlds of Havona to the councils of the system sovereigns, and they are an organic part of all dispensational adjudications of the evolutionary worlds.
Mm.
Whenever and wherever a universal sensor is present, then and there is the judgment of deity.
Mm.
And since the sensors always render their verdicts in liaison with perfecters of wisdom and divine counsellors, such decisions embrace the united wisdom, counsel, and judgment of the Paradise Trinity. In this juridical.
That's so cute.
That's a new one. In this juridical trio,
Oh,
the perfecter of wisdom would be the I was. The
Mhm.
divine counselor, the I will be. But the universal censor is always I am. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, you can't possibly have because, we are discovering something so new.
Yeah.
The censors are universe totaling personalities. When 1,000 witnesses have given testimony, or 1,000,000, when the voice of wisdom has spoken and the counsel of divinity has recorded, when the testimony of ascendant perfection has been added, then the censor functions, and there is immediately revealed an unerring and divine totaling of all that has transpired.
Mm.
And such a disclosure represents the divine conclusion, the sum and substance of a final and perfect decision. Therefore, when a censor has spoken, no one else may speak. For the censor has depicted the true and unmistakable total of all that has gone before. When he speaks, there is no appeal.
Wow. Gosh, that's amazing.
Well, I mean, it makes me wonder, is it really, is the only judgment really, this is my perfect son, in whom I'm well pleased with? Like, there'd be no reason for it. So now I'm questioning that.
This can't be right. Look, when 1,000 witnesses have given testimony or 1,000,000, who the fuck's listening to 1,000,000 people giving bloody testimony? That can't be right. Like how I
The
am.
divine censor, obviously.
What, did you just got to tune into people's minds or something? Because you couldn't listen to this crap. It'd take 1,000,000 years.
Yeah.
Well, but it's also far beyond, our
Yeah,
time, space, understanding, Kev.
exactly.
We can't really comprehend it.
Hmm.
It's not possible.
But in eternity, is there really any rush?
Hmm.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why
It's
we've got
always,
eternity.
but it's
So we
always
can-
you've got to do it fucking now, isn't it?
that's why there's eternity. It just feels like eternity because there's 1 billion people fucking bullshitting about this experience.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's pretty.
This is where we learn divine patience, Kevin.
Kevin's not very patient today.
Well,
He's
today's
gorgeous.
lesson, listen to this. Today's lesson, right?
Yeah.
I give my life to God today, but Anthony had the sparkly edition and it says, I give my life to God to run today. And I heard that and I thought, I reckon that was a good change. I don't want
To what?
in my life.
What today?
Run.
Sorry, run.
To run today. And I thought, I don't want someone running my life.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. And I thought, well, that was a good change. Good on you, Ken, for changing that one. All right, I'm all right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Are you really though, Kevin?
No, but I'm
You
good
just
to- I'm
you
good to
just
go.
blew a little bit off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good for another few paragraphs now.
Yay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Most fully do I understand the operation of the mind of a perfecter of wisdom, but I certainly do not fully comprehend the working of the adjudicating mind of a universal censor.
Hmm. So if he is not fully comprehend, if he fully doesn't comprehend it, what's our chance to understand what it's on about, really?
Hmm. Yeah. It appears to me that the senses formulate new meanings and originate new values from the association of the facts, truths and findings presented to them in the course of an investigation of universe affairs. It seems probable that the universal senses are able to bring forth original interpretations of the combination of perfect creator insight and the perfected creature experience. This association of paradise perfection and universe experience undoubtedly eventuates a new value in ultimates. Okay. But this is not the end of our difficulties regarding the working of the minds of the universal senses. Having made due allowances for all that we know or conjecture about the functioning of a sensor in any given universe situation, we find that we are still unable to predict decisions or to forecast verdicts. We very accurately determine the probable result of the association of creator attitude and creature experience. But such conclusions are not always accurate forecasts of sensor disclosures. It seems likely that the senses are in some manner in liaison with the deity absolute. We are otherwise unable to explain many of their decisions and rulings. Perfecters of wisdom, divine counselors, and universal senses, together with the 7 orders of supreme Trinity personalities, constitute those 10 groups which have been sometimes designated stationary sons of the Trinity. Okay. Together they comprise the grand core of Trinity administrators, rulers, executives, advisors, counsellors, and judges. Their numbers slightly exceed 37 billion.
I like how
Where do they get all the paper for all that stationery, is what I want to know.
Yeah. Funny.
Oh,
my God.
big warehouses up there.
Mm-hmm.
2,070,000,000 are stationed in the central universe and just over 5 billion in each super universe. It is very difficult to portray the functional limits of the stationary sons of the Trinity. It would be incorrect to state that their acts are finite limited, for there are transactions of super universe record which indicate otherwise. They act on any level of universe administration or adjudication that may be required by time-space conditions, and that pertains to the past, present, and future evolution of the master universe. Ah, boy. Okay, we're up to number 5, inspired Trinity spirits.
I had an inspiring thought. For me, this is like music to my ears, right? When I listen to music, I don't analyze notes. I just let the flow come.
I don't analyze notes either. I can hardly distinguish them.
Yeah. And this is where I don't like get caught on a sentence or something. It just like it flows all as this exquisite expansion of, if we all kind of like one, we're getting more connected to the greater oneness. which we're totally capable of. Yeah, through their religious experience, which is stepping back and not filling the gaps with our own limited thinking, just allowing the light. The truth will correct all the errors in my mind, right?
Mm.
Hmm. Anyway, that's what I got out of it.
It's funny because all these words I'm quite comfortable with because it's like legal jargon,
Yeah, must be so good for you.
Like, oh, okay. Judges and rulers and oh my God.
Mm. I enjoyed movies that are, like around law and from the courtrooms. I actually really enjoy those movies.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything like it actually is, but anyway. But it's funny, I've worked in law. I worked in law for so many years, but I never actually went into a courtroom.
Mhm.
I had to, like, I often type transcripts of hearings. Oh my God, they were so boring.
My God.
They were so tedious. They just kept like asking the same question over and over and over. It was like unbelievably boring. Anyway, but yeah.
Did you
And
ever think there's got to be more to life than typing up boring
oh,
shit hour after hour?
yeah, well, it wasn't, always like that, sometimes. But it
Mm.
was interesting to see that the actual what goes on in the courtroom is so different to what you see in a movie. And
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Mm.
but I wasn't ever allowed to do jury duty because I worked in the legal profession.
Wow,
So
that's
Lucky
yeah,
you.
got you off
yeah,
the hook.
it did. Yeah, I think I was only ever asked once or twice anyway. So
I was
mm.
never asked.
Yeah, I don't know how they even do the asking, but
Mm.
I wouldn't.
Ballot, just a ballot. I think I was asked once, but I lived in Melton. It was too far out of the city. I can get out of it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I had a
yeah.
friend who was called up and he was a Maori fella. And he just said to them, if it's a Maori up on trial, I'm going to declare him not guilty. And if it's anyone else, they're going to be guilty. Do you still want me for jury duty? And they said, no, thanks.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to be rejected, I don't think.
No.
Mm. But what human being could be totally impartial? Like it's impossible,
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
wouldn't it? I think
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
you know,
Well, that mushroom lady was on trial.
oh yeah,
I found her guilty just seeing her on an interview on TV before the trial. Just,
yeah.
just listening to her, just seeing her and listening to her, I thought, no, she's guilty.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes. Shall we dive into the inspired Trinity spirits?
Yeah, if you like.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get some inspiration from it.
Yeah,
Does someone else like to read or?
I'll give
Yeah,
it
I
a
can
go.
read.
Okay, you
Oh,
go.
I know. Carl wants to.
No, 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 you go, Alison. I love when you guys read.
Wow.
I can just soak it in.
Hey, and Kevin can just let it wash past as he wash through one ear to the other.
Well, let it trigger him
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, inspired Trinity spirits. I will be able to tell you very little concerning the inspired Trinity spirits, for they are one of the few holy secret orders of beings in existence.
Mhm.
Secret, no doubt, because it is impossible for them fully to reveal themselves, even to those of us whose origin is so near the source of their creation. They come into being by the act of the Paradise Trinity and may be utilized by any one or two of the deities as well as by all three. We do not know whether these spirits are of completed numbers or are constantly increasing, but we incline to the belief that their number is not fixed. We fully understand neither the nature nor the conduct of the inspired spirits. And yet there's 2 pages.
Mm.
They may possibly belong to the category of superpersonal spirits. They seem to operate over all known circuits and appear to act well nigh independently of time and space. But we know little about them except as we deduce their character from the nature of their activities, the results of which we certainly observe here and there in the universes. Under certain conditions, these inspired spirits can individualize themselves sufficiently for recognition by beings of Trinity origin. Excuse me. I have seen them, but it would never be possible for the lower orders of celestial beings to recognize one of them. Certain circumstances also arise from time to time in the conduct of the evolving universes, in which any being of Trinity origin may directly employ these spirits in the furtherance of his assignments.
Mm-hmm.
We therefore know that they exist and that under certain conditions we may command and receive their assistance, sometimes recognize their presence.
Mm-mm.
But they are not a part of the manifest and definitely revealed organization entrusted with the conduct of the time-space universes before such material creations are settled in light and life.
Mm.
They have no clearly discernible place in the present economy or administration of the evolving 7 superuniverses. They are a secret of the Paradise Trinity. The Melchizedeks of Nebadon teach that inspired Trinity spirits are destined sometime in the eternal future to function in the places of the solitary messengers, whose ranks are slowly but certainly being depleted by their assignment as associates of certain types of trinitized sons. The inspired spirits are the solitary spirits of the universe of universes. As spirits, they are very much like the solitary messengers, except that the latter are distinct personalities. We obtain much of our knowledge of the inspired spirits from the solitary messengers, who detect their nearness by virtue of an inherent sensitivity to the presence of the inspired spirits, which functions just as unfailingly as a magnetic needle points to a magnetic pole.
Wow, I love that. See, who detect their nearness by virtue of an inherent sensitivity. That's it. So one has to be so attuned and have this, it's inherent sensitivity, wow, to the presence of the inspired spirit, which functions just as unfailing as a magnetic needle points to a magnetic pole. Wow.
When a solitary messenger is near an inspired Trinity spirit, he is conscious of a qualitative indication of such a divine presence and also of a very definite quantitative registration, which enables him actually to know the classification or number of the spirit presence or presences. I may relate a further interesting fact. When a solitary messenger is on a planet whose inhabitants are indwelt by thought adjusters, as on Urantia, he is aware of a qualitative excitation in his detection sensitivity to spirit presence.
Mm.
In such instances, there is no quantitative excitation, only a qualitative agitation. When on a planet to which adjusters do not come, contact with the natives does not produce any such reaction.
Mm.
This suggests that thought adjusters are in some manner related to or are connected with the inspired spirits of the Paradise Trinity. In some way, they may possibly be associated in certain phases of their work, but we do not really know. They both originate near the center and source of all things, but they are not the same order of being. Thought adjusters spring from the Father alone. Inspired spirits are the offspring of the Paradise Trinity.
Wow. Wow.
The inspired spirits do not apparently belong to the evolutionary scheme of the individual planets or universes, and yet they seem to be almost everywhere. Even as I am engaged in the formulation of this statement, my associated solitary messenger's personal sensitivity to the presence of this order of spirit indicates that there is with us at this very moment, not over 25 feet away, a spirit of the inspired order of the third volume of Power Presence. The third volume of Power Presence suggests to us the probability that 3 inspired spirits are functioning in liaison. Of more than 12 orders of beings associated with me at this time, the solitary messenger is the only one aware of the presence of these mysterious entities of the Trinity.
Mm.
And further, while we are thus apprised of the nearness of these divine spirits, we are all equally ignorant of their mission.
Mm-hmm.
We really do not know whether they are merely interested observers of our doings or whether they are, in some manner unknown to us, actually contributing to the success of our undertaking.
It's very suggestive in a way when you look at it, that there might be beings around us that we're just completely oblivious to.
Mm.
Like we talked about the angels last time, yeah. They are so feelingly connected to us, and we're just sitting here going like, it's a lovely day today.
Oh, it's bloody miserable and cold.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like whatever the day is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We know that the Trinity teaches sons. See, I don't know what any of these groups are. It's like it's it just seems like there's division after division after division, and I keep thinking, well, God is one, right? God is one.
It is
We're
all
all one.
unified. It's unified, but it's differentiated.
Yeah.
Same as we are differentiated, like you bring
Yeah.
your own gifts, and Kim and Kevin brings his, and we just, sharing in the oneness, that individual expression.
Yeah.
And
And and also spiritually speaking, we don't even know what role we're playing,
what?
what role we might be playing.
Yeah.
Like who knows?
Yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the Trinity teacher sons are devoted to the conscious enlightenment of universe creatures.
Mm.
I have arrived at the settled conclusion that the inspired Trinity spirits, by superconscious techniques, are also functioning as teachers of the realms. I am persuaded that there is a vast body of essential spiritual knowledge, truth indispensable to high spiritual attainment, which cannot be consciously received.
Mm.
Self-consciousness would effectively jeopardize the certainty of reception. I can kind of get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
As soon as your intellect clicks in
yeah.
and you want to know why and how and all that instead of just letting it be.
Even observation, you might
Yeah.
even be non-judgmental, but mere observation can jeopardize the actual divine impulses within us.
Yeah. If we are right in this concept, and my entire order of being shares it, it may be that the mission of these inspired spirits to overcome this difficulty, to bridge this gap in the universal scheme of moral enlightenment and spiritual advancement. Well, so it may be, okay, I'm going to read that again. If we are right in this concept, and my entire order of being shares it, it may be the mission of these inspired spirits to overcome this difficulty, to bridge this gap in the universal scheme of moral enlightenment and spiritual advancement. We think that these two types of Trinity origin teachers effect some kind of liaison in their activities, but we do not really know.
No.
On the super universe training worlds and on the eternal circuits of Havona, I have fraternized with the perfecting mortals, spiritualized and ascendant souls from the evolutionary realms, but never have they been aware of the inspired spirits which ever and anon the powers of detection resident in the solitary messengers would indicate were very near us.
Mm.
I have freely conversed with all orders of the sons of God, high and low, and they likewise are unconscious of the admonitions of the inspired Trinity spirits. They can and do look back in their experiences and recount happenings which are difficult to explain if the action of such spirits is not taken into account.
Mm.
But accepting solitary messengers and sometimes Trinity origin beings, none of the celestial family have ever been conscious of the nearness of the inspired spirits. I do not believe the inspired Trinity spirits are playing hide and seek with me, they are probably trying just as hard to disclose themselves to me as I am to communicate with them. Our difficulties and limitations must be mutual and inherent. I am satisfied that there are no arbitrary secrets in the universe. Therefore, will I never cease in my efforts to solve the mystery of the isolation of these spirits belonging to my order of creation. And from all of this, you mortals, just now taking your first step in the eternal journey, can well see that you must advance a long way before you will progress by sight and material assurance. You will long use faith and be dependent on revelation if you hope to progress quickly and safely.
Depend on revelation. Love it.
Mm.
Oh. Mm. You guys can manage one more?
Yeah. Well, I
You
sort of think
guys,
I reckon we could finish the
yeah,
paper.
we could possibly.
Yeah.
I'll do the next one,
Okay.
if you can bear with me. Number 6, Havana natives. The Havana natives are the direct creation of the Paradise Trinity, and their number is beyond the concept of your circumscribed minds. Neither is it possible for Urantians. to conceive of the inherent endowments of such divinely perfect creatures as these Trinity origin races of the eternal universe. You can never truly envisage these glorious creatures. You must wait your arrival in Havana, where you can greet them as spirit comrades. One day, guys, we meet in Havana. We'll go like, see, we read about this. Do you remember that?
And I might not remember all that by then. It's going to take a long, long time.
You'll remember. You'll have all these amazing, you'll have these abilities reawakened. They can trace everything if you so desire.
Mm.
I'm gonna just sit there and say,
Comrades,
hey guys, we never met in flesh, but here we are. Actually, I met Alison. During your long sojourn on the billion worlds of Havana culture, you will develop an eternal friendship with these superb beings. And how deep is that friendship, which grows up between the lowest personal creature from the worlds of space and these high personal beings native to the perfect spheres of the central universe. Ascending mortals, in their long and loving association with the Havana natives, do much to compensate for the spiritual impoverishment of the either stages of mortal progression.
Earlier stages.
Thank you. At the same time, through their contacts with ascending pilgrims, the Havoners, I like that, Havoners, gain an experience which to no small extent overcomes the experiential handicap of having always lived a life of divine perfection. The good to both ascending mortals and Havana natives.
Sorry, Cole.
Don't
The
apologize.
experiential handicap of having always lived a life of divine perfection.
Yes.
Mm.
The good to both ascending mortal and Havana natives is great and mutual.
Mm.
Havana natives, like all other Trinity origin personalities, are projected in divine perfection, and as with the other Trinity origin personalities, the passing of time may add to the stories of experiential endowment.
Stores.
Stores. Oh, add to the stores of experiential endowments. But unlike the stationary sons of the Trinity, Havoners may evolve in status, may have an unrevealed future eternity destiny. This is illustrated by those Havoners who service effectualize capacity for fusion with the non-adjusted father fragment, and so qualify for membership in the mortal corp of the finality.
What?
And these are other finalities corp open to the native of the central universe.
And there are other finality core open.
Did I read it wrong?
You said these are.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
Well, hopefully in the next round, we don't have to read anymore. The status evolution of Havana natives has associated much speculation.
No, occasion.
Yeah. Natives has occasioned much speculations on Uversa, since they are constantly filtering into the several paradise corp of finality, and since no more are being created, it is apparent that the number of natives remaining in Havana are constantly diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The ultimate consequence of these transactions have never been revealed to us. But we do not believe that Havana will ever be entirely depleted of its natives. We have entertained the theory that Havaners will possibly cease entering the finaliter core sometimes during the ages of the successive generations of
Creations.
oh yeah, since the creation, Jesus, of the outer space levels.
Would you like someone else to read, Cole?
Yeah, sure.
Who would like to read? I don't mind reading, or if you would like to.
Let me finish it off, so I feel like I accomplished something. If you can bear with me.
We can bear with you.
Oh, thanks, darling. You're just so gorgeous. We have all entertained the thought that in these subsequent universe ages, the central universe may be peopled by a mixed group of resident beings, a citizenship consisting only in the part of original Havana natives. We do not know what order or type of creature may be thus destined to a residential status of the future Havana, but we have thought of, number one,
Universatia.
I'm glad you guys don't know how to pronounce it. So,
Univitatia, I would say.
Univitatia, who are at present the permanent citizens of the local universe constellations. Number two, future types of mortals who may be born on the inhabited spheres of a super universes in the flowering of the ages of light and life. And number three, the incoming spiritual aristocracy of the successive outer universes. We know that the Havana of the previous universe ages was somewhat different from the Havana of the present ages. he deemed it no more than reasonable to assume that we are now witnessing these slow changes in the central universe that are anticipatory of the ages to come. One thing is certain: the universe is non-static. Only God is changeless.
Mm.
Oh,
Ah,
7, Paradise Citizens. There are resident on Paradise numerous groups of superb beings, the Paradise Citizens. They are not directly concerned with the scheme of perfecting ascending will creatures and are not, therefore, fully revealed to Urantia mortals. There are more than 3,000 orders of these supernal intelligences, the last group having been personalised simultaneously with the mandate of the Trinity, which promulgated the creative plan of the 7 superuniverses of time and space.
Mm-hmm.
Paradise citizens and Havona natives are sometimes designated collectively as Paradise Havona personalities. This completes the story of those beings who are brought into existence by the Paradise Trinity. None of them have ever gone astray, and yet, in the highest sense, they are all free will endowed. Trinity origin beings possess prerogatives of transit which make them independent of transport personalities, such as seraphim. We all possess the power of moving about freely and quickly in the universe of universes. Accepting the inspired Trinity spirits, we cannot attain the almost unbelievable velocity of the solitary messengers, but we are able so to utilise the sum total of the transport facilities in space that we can reach any point in the super universe from its headquarters in less than 1 year of Urantia time. It required 109 days of your time for me to journey from Uversa to Urantia.
Wow. Wow.
What sort of journey? What sort of transport do they use? How are they getting there?
I don't know yet.
saucer-shaped UFOs.
You think they could just turn up, they could just go.
Or are they cigar-shaped?
I don't know.
I want to know why they just can't turn up without these 109 days of time.
109 days, that's
I think the amount of space they've got to cover must be immense. I think they're going very fast. Anyway.
I thought they went physical. That's the other thing.
Yeah, they just can't turn up. Like here 1 minute, next second here.
They might be physical, but not as dense as we are.
Because they still talk about physical beings.
Yeah,
it's not
because we are dense and slow as, whereas not all beings are as slow as we are. And they still individuated in a form, but it's not how we imagine form.
Well, the next sentence says, through these same avenues, we are enabled to intercommunicate instantaneously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I love this chapter, because it was talking about these super sensitivities, these refined tentacles that can read things that are not visible to the eyes. Like they say, God has many mansions. Is that a sentence from a Bible?
Yeah, I think so.
My father's house has many mansions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. So it's like we have a sensitivity to some, and I think that's what the awakening is. I just feel like I just awakened something within me that I did not know was there. And suddenly that thing that's awake can see, but it's not like seeing with the eyes, but it is in a very different quality, receptive to something else that wasn't seen before. It's like in
Mm.
A Course in Miracles, they call it vision. Yeah. And it often says what the vision will show you.
Mm.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the body's eyes. So I love that because it kind of awakens, like we need to awaken to our own abilities to see things differently with the different things. Are you with me, or am I completely out of the picture here?
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Shall we finish this a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to, Kim?
All right. I'll start the power again. Through these same avenues, we are enabled to intercommunicate instantaneously. Our entire order of creation finds itself in touch with every individual, embraced within every division of the children of the Paradise Trinity, save only the inspired spirits.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Love it.
presented by a divine counselor of Uversa.
Of universal.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have had a few experience, not many, like 3 or 4 experiences of feeling something touch me,
Mm-hmm.
like physically,
Yep.
feeling a physical touch,
Yep.
or waking from a half sleep state, knowing that there's someone right next to me, or just knowing that there are beings around me. I mean, that's recently
Mm-hmm.
in the last 2 years or so,
Yep.
I suppose. But I'd have no idea how to access that. But yeah, I think we do become more sensitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've often heard someone calling my name, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kim,
just out of the blue.
I've heard that. I've heard that too, Kim. I've heard my name just like Kevin, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
It's so loud.
yeah, I've
Is it
heard my
really
name
loud?
too.
Sorry?
It's quite loud that sometimes I go like, wow, what was that? Like someone's calling and it's
Yeah.
like no one's around.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
It's loud.
Yeah.
I find it's quite loud. I'm almost startled by it.
Mm.
It did not come from my mind.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's definitely,
yeah. I've heard my name called when I was about 15 and I
Yeah.
was alone in the house, and it gave me the absolute, like, what the hell? There's
Yeah.
no one here. Who was that?
yeah, I know.
It was
Yeah.
very clear, crystal clear.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, how's that, Kevin?
Mm. I don't like all the secret. I don't like all the secrecy and stuff.
Secret Service is the Secret Service.
Yeah, it's
The
all.
the original Secret Service.
Mm,
And so how secretive are you, Kev?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'm like a low scum Urantia person.
You were one of the bottom dwellers.
Yeah,
We're all bottom dwellers.
No, I don't like secrets either. Like when you find out something that you weren't told that affects your life, yeah, it makes me really, really angry.
well, that's what their paper was all about. That
Yeah.
the last section was all about that.
I think that there's it's more like a mystery than a secret to
Yeah.
me. Like I'll just see it as a mystery.
Yeah, but these ones are unknowable or unknown, and
They may one day be known. It might be like it in the time it takes us to ascend from Urantia to Havona. It
Yeah.
might be that similar amount of time for the ones who already ascended to, or who were divinely, the Trinitized sons, etc.
feels too
Might
much
take
like
them
too much.
equal amount of time to be able to become sensitive to.
It just seems like there's
And
an awful lot of specialness in here too, secretiveness and specialness. You know,
yeah, yeah. Gotta
Yeah, it
watch
might
out
seem
for the specialness.
Delightful.
Yeah, delightful.
We'll be starting paper 20, guys. Paradise
Yeah.
Sons of God.
yes, Alison, delightful. Delight means like take
Should
a
be
wild delight.
relightful or
You delight something. That's powerful.
enlightful.
Yes. Mm.
Mm. Mm. Wow, it's so dark outside.
Got a beautiful day here, haven't we, Kim?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Is it storm? Yeah,
Got to
Cole.
20 yesterday here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pouring. Last night was so loud that my roof was just like so loud. I had to put deep plugs in.
Ah,
Wow.
So
Wow.
loud. It was just like, oh my God, I can't sleep.
do you have a tin roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that nice because the rain was so radical.
Well, but generally it's nicer, isn't it? Like to hear the rain. I'm not talking about the really heavy stuff, but yeah.
Well, a lot of people like rain. I don't particularly like rain.
I like
Oh,
it when the earth needs it, when it's really
Yes,
dry.
yes,
It's been dry for
absolutely.
ages. But I always find that my limit of, even when we need it, that my limit in terms of mood is about
Bingo.
3 days.
Hmm.
3 days. And then, all right, I've had enough now.
Yeah, yes, I have the same thing.
Oh, it's easier though. I just find it the same with the cold too. The way to sort of get around that a little bit is to go out into it,
Yeah.
put on a raincoat, put on my gumboots, and go for a walk.
Well, like I live so in the country, and my driveway just gets completely soaked. Like it's
Right.
yeah, and it takes so long to dry. So when this rain just would not stop, like apparently it's gonna rain for like 7 days now.
oh,
Uh, yeah.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Do you have any chance of getting um, getting something put on the road on your driveway to make it more usable?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
There is a shortcut where I got two ways out, but it just gets so yeah. That's what I'm talking about. When it just gets too much,
Yeah.
wouldn't stop. Anyway, I'm gonna make fire, and that's gonna make it yummy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've got a
It's lovely.
fireplace.
I'd love to have a fireplace.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
The different
Mm.
level of
Makes it
heat.
bearable.
Yeah,
When you're stuck inside all the time, the fire is lovely.
yeah. Well, lovely, beautiful.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks, everyone.
yeah.
Paradise Sons of God, eh? Wow.
I'm almost frustrated by not being able to get across how it feels when we read this.
Well, why do you have to, Cole?
I don't have to, but I would love to. But I just have that, like, oh gosh. Mm. Very grateful.
I'd like to be able to get across how it feels too.
I think you get across
You got it
quite
right
well,
quite well.
Kevin.
Uh,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Uh,
All right, darlings, we'll see you Saturday on Course of Miracle
yeah.
reading.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you,
Right.
Kevin. I'm very grateful for you turning up even when you don't really want to be here. When
Yeah,
I
it's
know
really
it's
good.
hard for you. I appreciate that it's a bit of a trial for you.
yep.
It's still nice to have your presence here.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's good.
Yep.
As it is with everyone here.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
And
thank you. Have a lovely couple of days.
Yeah, enjoy.
and all the
Enjoy.
angels that are helping us feelingly
Yeah.
that are around joining on this. And another, sometimes from about 60 to 90 people who join us through this read, which is also
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
All right, sweeties.
All right. See ya.
Ciao.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.